All right, welcome everyone to the Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 technical call. Normally Emily runs this call, except she is out traveling, so she asked me to fill in. And hopefully, those are big shoes to fill. Hopefully I'll do okay. The topics for today, MicroProfile 7.2 ballot I want to talk about. So here it's a schedule. Ballot. Talk about the tutorial, and I thought we'd maybe try and tackle a little bit of our program plan and just pick a bullet item. And so I thought I'd take a look at the Spring Framework one. Since we have Tarun on, thank you very much for joining. Can you, since it's very late where you are, we'll take that one first, so Tarun can drop if he'd like. You want to give us an update on the tutorial?
Sure. So yeah, good morning, everyone. And just I want to share that the tutorial content is ready, and probably if you allow me, I can share my screen to show the 7.1 tutorial quickly within a minute or two. And also, I would like to use this forum to request everyone to uh, look into the reviews which are open and provide their feedback so that these can be closed.
Okay, and does that include both um, the ASCII doc and the code itself? The code updates are both done?
Yeah, for one of the chapter, I have updated the code as well. And for the remaining chapters, once the content review is over, I'll share the code, the
Okay,
review for the code. Yes.
awesome. So
Right
feel free
now,
to go ahead
focusing
and
on the
share.
content review and want that to be closed quickly. And then code is available in my repository. But yes, once the content is finalized, then I'll update that so that there's no unnecessary review of the code which is not making into the content. So yeah, to just keep the wastage minimum, I'll share the code once the content is reviewed.
Okay. So you can go ahead and share your screen.
Sure. So yeah, now you should be seeing my screen. So
Yes.
this is the tutorial. This is from my local branch because the code is not yet merged because as I said, the reviews are open. So as you see here, we have this 7.1 tutorial and uh, there are chapters which is about telemetry, fault tolerance, open API, which have been updated to 7.1 version. These were the specifications which were affected. So they have been updated with the new features in 7.1. And there have been new chapters which are also been added, which is the some of the important umbrella specification. For example, GraphQL and reactive messaging. So here, this is 7.1 tutorial, and there is an option to switch between 6.1. So a user can switch to 6.1 tutorial by clicking on this menu, which is available on the left bottom, as well as it is available on the right side at the top. So they can switch between 7.1 and 6.1 based on what is the version they are using. So rest everything is same. We have the dark mode and light mode and search feature and the same format. So this is the tutorial. Any questions or queries? And just I would like to request everyone to review. We have completed the review for Open API. Uh, it is just pending merge. Once Emily is there, it is approved. The review is approved, and there are open PRs for fault tolerance and telemetry, GraphQL, and reactive messaging, which once we receive approval and feedback can be merged. And then this tutorial site could be available in the MicroProfile tutorial repository and can be shared with the MicroProfile site. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tarun. Yeah, I encourage everyone to take a look at the chapters. I've already looked at a couple. I'm not exactly. I haven't done any GraphQL in minimal reactive messaging, so I can't say I'm the best. I can review certain aspects of it, but nothing around the technical accuracy. I think. So if we have volunteers to take a look at those, that would be awesome.
Sure.
Also, oh yeah, Tarun.
Sure. I was thinking that, okay, I'll share a reminder again in the group.
Yep,
So
please.
yeah, this maybe in a day, yeah, tomorrow my time, I'll share reminders again for the open PRs in the group so that respective SMEs can also look into it. Thank you, John, for your existing feedback. And the changes have been incorporated. And yes, looking forward for more feedback.
Yeah, and we're working with Ryan on getting this linked from MicroProfile IO. The first, it's probably gonna. It may happen in two stages. I think maybe a link first, followed by
Mhm.
embedding it in the page. Maybe on the next marketing call, we'll discuss that one again. I know he was looking at it and working on it, so I just need to get a status update.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, what have been discussed so far with the Emily is that in MicroProfile site, uh, maybe we can have a new menu option where we have a tutorial, maybe, yeah, somewhere here, like next to resources tutorial, right, somewhere in this menu bar, a option for tutorial, so that this is prominently visible. And then clicking on this should redirect to the link here. So basically here it will be
Yeah.
microprofile github.io, or yeah, we can also uh, put this in custom DNS and then link it to microprofile site.
All right. Any comments for Tarun?
Yeah, I would expect that under the resources menu category.
Yeah, I mean that
Here.
might be like if we do just a link as a first step, that's probably a good place to put it. But I think longer term, when we actually have it embedded somewhere, because a lot of effort went into this, I'd like to see a decent amount of payback, and to Tarun's point, have it be placed in a little bit more of a prominent place. It's just, Ryan, at that point, maybe we're going to have MicroProfile 7.2, right? And if you look at the homepage right now, there's a big box that says MicroProfile 7.1, right? Is the latest. So, Ryan's going to, from a usability perspective, he'll help us kind of find the middle ground for how to make it prominent, um, relative to like, hey, what's the latest MicroProfile release, right? 7.2 or whatever. So, yeah, but I think that's a first good step.
And there is a ticket for this task, which is in the microprofile marketing repository. There is an issue which has been created to integrate this tutorial in the microprofile site.
Yeah, and that's what Ryan's looking at.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tarun.
Perfect. So I'm stopping the sharing. Thank you.
And I will share back the browser here, Chrome. Okay. I'm going to move on to MicroProfile 7.2. Uh, a bit frustrated that we've gone through 2 ballots and not have more than 5 people vote. There's a little confusion going on about how many votes are actually required. So my reading is, if you look at the spec process, you need a supermajority, right, of the working group members, which would be 6 in our case, because we have 9 and we need 2/3. If you read the Eclipse Foundation bylaws, it basically says of the voting members, right? So Emily chatted with Paul, and it's 2/3 of the voting members. During the Jakarta platform call today, Ivar and I were talking about this because it's relevant to Jakarta as well. Just spec ballots. We read it as 2/3 of the working group members because that's in the um, spec process. So I'm going to get clarification on that. But one thing I can do is I'm going to extend the ballot. It says a minimum of 7 days, and we are allowed to extend it. So I wanted to kind of bring that up here. And after the call, I'm going to send out an email extending the ballot deadlines probably for another week from today. I don't think there's a max. I didn't see it anywhere, but there is a minimum of 7 days. So I'm going to probably keep extending it until we get, enough votes, not to pass, just enough votes to hit our 2/3, because it shouldn't be this hard, right? It really shouldn't. And I sent out like daily reminders. So sorry as I, express a little bit of frustration on this topic. So I'm going to set out a reminder along with an extension. Thank you for those who voted, and I know some voted on the first ballot, but maybe not the second ballot, and maybe it wasn't clear enough. But I would like to get six votes on these ballots. All right, so I'm I don't think this impacts our schedule still. Let me take a look. Actually, it might, because now we're 3 weeks into April. And Emily and I haven't kind of chatted about this update yet, right? She's been traveling. I had a little bit of traveling going on. Yeah, I mean, so we've got a little bit of time here, right? As you look kind of here, we're in this period here. So technically, last week is when the candidate release is kind of being worked on. So this is the work period. So I'm hoping that we could make that. So my recommendation is, as spec members, continue moving forward, and hopefully we can get the ballot passed by extending the deadline. So, and in my email, you may actually see, if the interpretation of, hey, it's 2/3 of the voting, the members that voted, then it'll pass immediately. If not, then the deadline extension will happen. But either way, I kind of want to just keep going until we get 6 votes just to make a point. So, okay, so that's that topic. Any comments on that topic? Okay, sorry to be a downer there, but just wanted to vent a little bit. You guys are my shoulders, collective shoulders that I'm crying on right now. The
Well, the
third thing I
next
wanted.
time, so if we don't have time to do a qualified review, abstaining because of that would help, right? Because then the
Yeah,
vote of the member is not counting.
yeah, I think I'm going. Sorry, I'm going from memory here. Like, you can't vote -1. I think you can abstain or vote a +1. But there is no. Sorry, I'm going to pull it up here.
I think a negative one is possible too. That happened in the past.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
quite
think
often.
technically you're allowed to, though. If I read the spec, Eclipse Foundation specification ballots. Let me see what I get here. I'm doing it in a different browser right now, and I'll here we go. Eclipse Foundation specification process. So now I'll pull that up in the shared screen. move some things out of the way. Okay, ballot. -1. Nope. Super majority. Let's see if this is it here. That's profiles. Okay. So this is the approvals. Okay, it can be extended by up to 30 days. Here we go. I missed that part. So designation. Oh, that's of a profile. I don't think it might. Okay, that's just the things that are covered. Unless otherwise stated in this process, the default period is 7 days, extended up to 30. Let's see. All artifacts are referred to.
Yeah, maybe that is specified in the working group operations manual.
Yeah, I'll look through this. I don't want to necessarily do it here during the call. I would have sworn I saw you can't vote a -1, and maybe I don't see abstain. See, that's not even in the doc. So I'll look through this again. I apologize. Either I misread it or I was reading a separate document. Okay. So I will look at that this afternoon because I kind of want to send out the email to continue the ballot. So yeah, thanks Jan for commenting on it.
Hey, John. Yeah, I have something. Yeah, regarding the votes from Payara, I am checking that I voted on the previous ballots, but on the new ones, I didn't. So I need to send my ballots for my approval for today, I think,
Yeah, I
for the
apologize. Yeah, I
latest.
apologize. I appreciate that. I'll send out. Let me send out an email extending. Uh, I'll do that literally right after this call, extending the deadline
Hmm.
another week, and then maybe after that, just so we have the order of order of things going. I'll send it out, and then right after this call, and then you can continue voting on the same ballots. Unfortunately, our standard is the deadline for the ballot is in the subject line, which is going to be invalid if I extend it. But I'd like to maintain the same ballot thread. So uh, so we'll use the same ballot thread, and I'll send out a reminder. And I'll
Okay.
explain this in the email. Thank you very much, Alfonso. Okay. Let's see. The last topic is evaluating the spring framework. Um, this is one that's been pushed out like since 2024. We defined it in 2024. I think it was Reza that started this idea. But in the renewal of the program plan for 2026 and 2025, we said, yeah, this is still an interesting thing to do. What I'm going to ask for is a volunteer. All right. I kind of want to put a name to it. Um, it probably won't be me. Like I'm going to be going through, at least on the marketing side, and doing some analysis um, around metrics and stuff. Right? We that was something else Reza was working on was metrics. It's like, well, I'll pick up measuring, defining goals and measuring success via metrics. But I'm going to look for, I'm hoping to find someone on this item that can follow through. I think um, Emerson at one point was gonna do it, um, but I'm kind of looking for forward movement. Jan?
From the technical perspective, I think Keto Man did this in a former talk on the Jakarta 1. Maybe that's not up to date now, but probably he can help, and his slides could help too.
Do you have a link to that? Let's see. I have it
I
here.
will have a look.
Yeah, I'll also reach out to Emerson. He may have, because I updated this to 2026. I'll also reach out to Emerson because he's not on the call, and maybe he doesn't have the bandwidth. But you can reply to this Git issue. Sorry, in this browser, I'm not logged into Git right now, or else I'd do it. Can you reply to this issue with just a link saying, here's a data point. And the idea is there something compelling enough to raise it to being a spec, right? That would fit within, the broader MicroProfile Jakarta ecosystem. Any other comments on this topic? And you guys are just a lively bunch today. So, sorry, I see Mike laughing. I'm thinking about like all these social media posts where someone's talking and the other person's laughing right next to it. That's how I see Michael right now. Anyway.
No, that's funny because the Jakarta E platform calls it the same way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing.
So, all right, that's all I have today. We can give everyone back a half hour if there's anything else.
What was the link to the MicroProfile tutorial? Because I found the original one, but that hasn't been updated in about 7 to 10 months. But
I'm not sure. He said he had a local repo with like that final rendered thing with the final rendered. So that was a local one, but I've been doing it via hold on, I'm going to my other browser again while I search things. Actually, the Google group probably has the link. This one. Yeah, here we go. And go to chat, paste it in. Boom. Okay. There you go. There's the overall repo. And if you click on the pull requests, oh, sorry, I pasted. Let me go back and paste in my other browser. So this is the list of all the pull requests, and you can take a look at each chapter via the pull request.
Oh, okay. So that's because I found the other one. I found that same URL earlier, and the dates had it, or the last update was 7 to 10 months ago. That's why I was asking. Okay.
Yeah, he's not merging these in until I think he gets sufficient feedback and everything. So
no, that's fine. That's fine. Perfect.
Yeah, and my guess is he's going to merge it all at once, all of them kind of at the same time. So
makes sense.
And then there's a code link. I haven't really looked at the code stuff yet at all. I have a background task to use AI to try and convert it from Liberty to Quarkus as a way for me to kind of get more up to speed on AI coding in a different way, right? In migrating and stuff. So for me, it's kind of a learning thing to do that. So there's a separate code folder, right, with all the code updates.
Are you allowed to do that, to convert it from Liberty to Quarkus now that you're an IBM employee?
Yeah, there's IBM build of Quarkus.
Just wonder. Sorry.
Those of us on the Liberty team say no.
I always like starting trouble. Lighten the match and then walk
He
away.
throws the hand grenades and says, "Sorry, I got to drop for another meeting, man." All right. So yeah, and technically, it would actually be good for us to do it for multiple runtimes. But it would be up to each runtime to kind of, update the tutorial. Probably via profiles or something. I don't know, within the Palm. So hopefully it's Palm. I think it's Palms. I don't think it's Gradle. Then I'm screwed. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. Are we good?
Yeah, I probably found it on the Jakarta one, 2022 live stream. I think the
Can you
slides
paste
are
it
not
into the issue?
pasted in the chat.
I don't think it's in the chat. Hold on. Here it is. I will now paste it in the chat. Yeah, just add it as a comment with a link and say, this is, we might be able to leverage this.
Yeah, unfortunately, the slides are not linked separately, so there's only the YouTube recording.
Well, fast forward, just look at the slides until we see something that.
Or put your glasses on and look at the preview at the timeline.
Or, and that's a funny thing, is like you just point AI at it and say, please pull out all the slides into a separate. I'm curious if that would work, right? All right. Thank you very much, Jan. I'll take a look at that because I'm curious as well. All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Bye.
Okay.